Imagine a world before history was written, before cities had laws, before philosophers asked questions, before kings ruled empires. In that distant time, the people of ancient Greece believed the universe was shaped by beings far more powerful than humans. These were the gods of Mount Olympus. Their stories were whispered beside fires, sung by traveling poets, and passed from generation to generation. But behind the grand temples and marble statues lies a quieter truth. Greek mythology is not only about thunderbolts and monsters, it is also a long, slow story about power, jealousy, love, revenge, and the fragile lives of humans living under the shadow of immortal beings. Tonight, we return to the beginning of that story. Historical background. Long before the classical cities of Athens and Sparta rose to power, the people of Greece lived in scattered villages surrounded by mountains and sea. The land was harsh and unpredictable. Storms could destroy ships overnight. Earthquakes could shake entire towns. Crops depended on uncertain rain. To explain this mysterious world, the Greeks imagined that powerful forces controlled nature. These forces became gods. Each god represented something people could not fully understand: the sky, the ocean, war, wisdom, love, and death. Many of these stories were written down centuries later by poets such as Homer and Hesiod. Their works helped shape the mythology that would influence Western culture for thousands of years. But behind the grand temples and marble statues lies a quieter truth. Greek mythology is not only about thunderbolts and monsters. It is also a long, slow story about power, jealousy, love, revenge, and the fragile lives of humans living under the shadow of immortal beings. Tonight, we return to the beginning of that story. Rising tension. At the beginning of everything, there was only chaos. Not chaos in the modern sense of disorder, but a vast emptiness. From this emptiness emerged the first primordial beings. The earth itself was a goddess named Gaia. From her came the sky, called Uranus. Together they created the first generation of powerful beings known as the Titans. Among these Titans was a young god named Cronus. According to the myth, Uranus feared his own children and tried to imprison them deep within the earth. Gaia, furious at the cruelty of her husband, asked her children to overthrow him. Only Cronus was brave enough to act. One night, guided by her mother, Cronus attacked Uranus and seized control of the universe. The Titans now ruled the cosmos. But power rarely brings peace. Cronus soon learned a prophecy that terrified him. One day, one of his own children would overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his father. Fear began to shape his rule. Key historical events. To prevent the prophecy from coming true, Cronus made a horrifying decision. Every time his wife Rhea gave birth, he swallowed the child whole. One by